If Joel wasn't actually jet lagged on our first date,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been into him because he would have been like too keen.
Was he really sexy
He
with
was
the
like,
eye?
it was dark, and he was like, "Should we get another drink?" Like, it was like, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he
We've gone so far down. For people who are scared of nipples, you got a lot of questions.
No, I know.
You got a lot of questions.
I have got a lot of
You're going to be
questions.
into nipples after this.
Let's move it on. So
Yeah. There was 2 planets that the Taylor hadn't thought about the fact that these galaxies absolutely look like testicles.
yeah.
blue ones, as
Blue
well.
ones as
Yeah.
well, didn't know. There was a suit this
Why
series.
do I remember that?
Good, well.
Funny, isn't it?
Guys, you know we promised to reveal Ross if we hit that 100,000 mark on our subscribers. We're still not there. So you clearly don't want to see Ross as much as you say you do.
Yeah, hit subscribe. It helps, and you can see Ross.
Hello and welcome to the Therapy Couch with me, Abby Clancy.
And me, Peter Crouch. Today we've got some beautiful guests.
That is, well, you said it in such a soothing voice as well, Peter. We've got some beautiful guests.
Yeah, it's my podcast voice. It's Joel, Dommet and Hannah Cooper.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here in your beautiful house and beautiful company. And Ross.
Yeah, no. What do you make of Ross? Because we have a lot of people say, you know, we've never revealed him, and he's a bit of a housewife's favourite.
You look like you should have a skateboard. Is that a way? Like, but in a nice way? Like, in a nice way?
I'm not
Like-
getting skater vibe.
No.
If you were holding a skateboard, I'd be like, that guy knows how to sort of do a half pipe.
Can you do this with your hair, like to the side? We tried a side parting.
No.
I feel like that could be a vibe,
Do you like
like a side part.
It's
You
a
know,
good-looking
when
man.
someone has Am I giving too much away?
No.
No,
What
no,
do you
no.
think about my Bradley Cooper in Star is Born?
Yeah, it's accurate.
It is,
Yeah.
I
isn't
feel
it?
like it's accurate.
A little bit tubby though.
I think you're a good looking man. If I sort of get the
You get
vibe of
it.
like if you were a knight with like a knight's helmet on. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what his hair looks like. Like he's just been to battle. He takes the knight's helmet off. Like that's the kind of hair that you expect to be under steel.
Fair
We
play.
do call
He's been
he is
called a
little bit-
helmet a
bit
few
of
times.
helmet.
Well, it's the first time he's had helmet. Oh my god! So what are you guys up to? So you've got a brand.
Fresh from Oz.
I know, fresh from Oz, but also you've got a baby now as well. What, a year and a half
tan
in?
and a fresh baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you finding? Let me get on to the baby first. How are you finding having the baby?
Parenthood.
What, wild? Is that right?
Wild.
His name is wild. It is wild.
Yeah.
I think all the cliches that people say to you are true, aren't they? But it's I think we're all right at it.
We're all right. I think he's like we're the disaster. He's great. He does all right in terms of the sleep stuff. I know it's a big issue. And we managed to sort that, and that was great. And then we're just all over the shop. We're the one who's panicking, and we can't sleep because we're stressing about things.
Yeah.
And it's like. He's like the constant. We're all over the shop, man.
Do you feel
He looks
like
after us.
Now we've had one.
Thank you.
That like I feel like okay, I think I've learned a lot from that. And go again. Is that why you've got 4? Because you learn.
Yeah.
By the time
No,
you
we
get to
didn't
4.
learn.
Because we
That's why
ballsed
we've
up
got
the first 3. Let's go. I mean, with this one, this will be
Yeah.
fine.
It'll be fine.
You know, you always want to go like, right, if I could go again, this is how I would do this.
But
just
you
feel-
say that, but then every child is different.
True.
So what you'd think you'd do with one, then the other one comes out and is just a completely different personality. So it kind of doesn't apply. We didn't follow any rule books. We didn't read the baby books. I'm one of 4, so I felt like I had a good,
Life
practice.
experience, yeah.
with all my siblings and cousins.
We went into full like ring binder, pencil eraser. Oh no, it was 1201 that he went down.
Oh, yeah.
No, 1203
We did that.
change.
Yeah, we
like
did
we
that.
were that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Because there was no structure in our lives really day to day. As
Yeah.
soon as we had a kid, we were like, oh my God, we must be so
It was
meticulous.
so scientific with it all. Like Hannah was like pumping, and like the pump schedule is a thing, and I'm helping her with the best thing. Oh my god! Did you collect the what's it called?
Umbilical cord.
No, the stuff of the nips, the colostrum.
No.
Oh my god, the colostrum that happens when they're just about to be born. So like a week before they're born. colostrum comes up, which is like they call it the golden nectar or something.
Yeah.
And
See,
like-
I didn't breastfeed because in my family, none of the women breastfed.
Oh,
so it
cool.
was just like baby out, bottle in its mouth. And that was that.
I love that.
So I've got to think about nipples. I just can't.
I have as well.
I'm a bit, I'm not sure
I just
about nipples.
can't.
Can't you could do something weird with your nipple, can't you? Is that you?
Yeah,
it's you, isn't it?
How has this got to Europe? You can also collect my colostrum. Do
you have colostrum?
No, weirdly, my nipples can be. I say they could be
I'm
milked.
holding my nipples.
But like,
What
let's all do it.
I'm so tight as well. Like, I'm not a nipple person.
No, I'm not a nipple.
Wait, so you're both not nipple people?
Well, I like her nipples, if I'm honest, but I don't like mine.
I was going to say, how do you have 4 kids, but you're both not into nipples?
No,
So no nipple
don't
zone.
like-
Let's go to the bedroom. Shirts on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, it does.
Just makes me
wounds
squeamish.
me. I'm squeamish.
I think
about
I've got it off my dad. My dad's the same, but with belly buttons. So I want to know what this weird thing is you can do with your nipple.
Basically, if I squeeze it, some stuff comes out.
It's pus.
I've been to a
past?
doctor. Yeah, I think it's not milk because I've tasted it and it's salty. So
I can't.
Salty.
it's
Why would you taste it?
You got to taste it.
Did
haven't
you smell it?
You're a boy. If something comes out of your body, you're tasting it.
Oh, gross. How do I have a child with this human?
See, I'm the
But
opposite.
most things I was kind of, yeah.
Well, you can't freaking taste or smell, so you're not a reliable source on that.
I want to know what you did with the nectar that you.
The colostrum.
You didn't taste that as well, did you?
No, but yeah, I did.
You definitely did.
Definitely. Again, I think if your wife is breastfeeding and you don't taste your wife's breast milk, I think you're insane. Yeah.
You're fucked up.
I think you're genuinely
Which way? Which way's fucked up? Tasting it or not?
If I breastfed, I'd definitely make you taste it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joel was
100%,
making flat whites with it.
Yeah, it's part of parts.
Joel?
Yeah.
Good save on
Barista.
milk.
Latte art with a nipple on the top.
Yeah.
I hate milk anyway.
Did your kids have milk at all?
They still have milk.
Yeah.
Any of my milk? No.
No.
Zero.
No, we didn't do that.
No, I just...
Which is a ball ache as a man, if I'm honest, because you're very much involved.
Honestly, I just pumping breast milk was like
Mate,
I've
it's
never
insane.
felt more like sportsman athletic. It's the one thing that I think like was my thing.
Yeah.
I was never really good at sports, but pumping, oh my
Really?
God, it was my vibe.
Mate, she had
I got
so much
obsessed
volume.
with it. We had to buy
Really?
another freezer.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Put it in the gym, didn't we? And we just like, it just got into like this mad
Yeah.
obsession that I was like going to provide it for hospitals and everything.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, well,
I was obsessed.
that's amazing. Salma Hayek did that, didn't she? She went to an orphanage and was like breastfeeding other people's babies in the orphanage.
I don't know if I
Incredible.
would breastfeed other kids, but I would pump
And give it
for
and
them.
donate.
I'd feel a bit odd about that. Yeah. It's a bit too personal.
Offering your
Wow.
services.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got like, no, don't say this the wrong way, Hannah. It's the only thing you've ever been good at, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, well, if that's feeding my child,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Amazing.
I feel bad now, but it just wasn't done in my family.
But
And I
that's-
feel like you get traits and habits
Totally.
and things in me.
But
Family,
I
which
don't
is,
think you can't judge anyone's.
There's no
like,
wrong or right
parenting,
way.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I
No.
think there is no wrong or right. It's
And
like,
you just don't know what your body's going to do and what you want it to do. And like you say, what the child's like and all these things. It's like, even if we were to have another one, that doesn't mean that my body's going to do
Yeah.
that again.
That's kind of the thing in it about parenting.
well, hopefully you've got
It's
enough to feed the next baby anyway in the freezer.
Well, I made jewellery out of it. Like,
up.
it's
Yeah.
an obsession. That was last year's Christmas gift, wasn't it?
She sent off a pouch to get some cufflinks made for me.
Links necklace.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's
Are
a
you being
joke.
serious?
that's-
Yeah.
it's a joke
It was
that's-
for a joke,
Oh, for a
but
joke.
then
You don't wear them though, do you?
No, I don't. I don't wear them. But it was
Does it not smell?
no, the cufflinks don't smell.
No.
But I don't know what the milk smells like. We've gone so far down. For people who are scared of nipples, you got a lot of questions.
No, I know. Yeah,
You got a lot of questions.
I have got a lot.
You're
of
going to be
questions.
into nipples after this.
Let's move it on. So when you were in Australia, I want to ask you about that. But like, how did you cope with kind of it? How long were you gone for? And did you? Well, I'm sure obviously you missed him, but
No, they both went together.
Oh, you went together?
Yeah.
Oh, you lived that? Did you go?
So
Yeah.
I went for the first week, and then basically we worked out that.
Oh, well, that's great then.
It was great. So Hannah and Wild came out for like the middle 2 weeks, and it just worked out really well.
I've kind of always been used to you going away for at least like 6-week periods from meeting, isn't it? It's quite normal for us to like have that. I quite enjoy it, having that like, you can eat what you want, you can do what you want, you can go to bed when you want. And then we sort of go through that stage of like, oh, it'd be really ideal if you were here at home to take the bin out and do the dishwasher and that sort of stuff. Like
I'm good at putting
jobs.
the bins out.
And
Your
then,
bins are out the front, by the way.
I know, I'm leaving them there, Joel. I'm glad you noticed them.
Yeah, I noticed them as well.
They've been there for 2 weeks.
No.
And they're staying
that's
there.
not true.
Well, out of
Peter,
protest.
Not 2 weeks.
That's not my job.
That is not
2
my
weeks.
job, thank you
It's
very
only
much.
over the weekend, I think
No,
they might have
Pete's
been
been
there.
there since last Tuesday.
That's not true.
1 week then.
Really?
I'm just staying there.
But this is what I like, right? It's because I like to know that you have that there's a normality to your life, which is really exciting to me, and I think the listener, because we're coming down the street, and I was like, everyone else has brought their bins in, and the
It's
couches
just us, yeah.
have
I
just
noticed
you
it as well,
guys.
but I'll be honest with you, that's the first time I noticed it.
I think it poses a security risk
Yeah, I do, yeah.
because
that's
people
true.
will think you're on holiday.
Yeah, but we're not.
That's
We're here.
See, that's where
We're just
my
lazy.
brain goes.
this is, and I need to. Honestly, one of the most heroic, incredible things I've ever witnessed was the way that we were picked up from your. So basically,
Did you go to the wrong gate?
we went to the wrong gate.
and I, yeah, go on, Joel, sorry.
So that's fine. And so Pete then was like, "Don't worry, I'll come and get you." And I was like, "Okay." We didn't know what to expect, and then Pete arrives. In this beautiful car, just driving so fast and so sure of himself. And it felt like
You're saving us from a storm.
Yeah, like a security detail who had arrived, and he picked me. The gate opens, and then he escorts us back to the house. It was like a movie.
Oh,
It was fantastic. You know what? If I came to your house again, I'd go to the wrong gate on purpose because it felt so fantastic.
If you go again, I'm not coming out there.
It's not so fun when you're doing that to Deliveroo though at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that
You
is
don't like
annoying.
doing that
And
because
they
the
always go-
postcode takes you to that gate.
Yes,
And you
that's
can't-
exactly our problem.
So annoying.
But
That
it's
is an issue.
It's an absolutely lovely abode, and it's a pleasure to be inside it.
No, it's a pleasure to
thank
have
you.
you. It's been a long time coming.
Well, how was Australia then as an experience?
It was good
for you
because
both?
I was saying like 3 weeks I can do without you, and then
3
it
weeks.
kind of,
I can't.
oh really?
I couldn't do 3 nights without Pete. Can't bear it.
No, but it goes over that. I think like I really, I don't know. I toy with the idea. Maybe now with Wild, I'm like I do feel like I could do with you back.
An extra
sooner.
set of hands.
One night is worse than 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
I know that
Know
sounds
what you
really
mean. No,
weird.
know what you mean.
Because you sort of get into your groove. But then, no, you really wanted us to come out. And I was like, fine, I'll take a holiday. It's absolutely fine. And it was really cute. Wild, really, we hadn't been away.
We'd never been.
We hadn't even done Europe. We'd just done like staycations because it's just so much stuff with a kid that I was just like, can't be bothered. And then it was like, we're
You're
going
talking to the wrong person there.
and
Yeah.
then we're going
I've
halfway.
got 6 suitcases to pack. 6.
Why bother going? I just can't be bothered. I'm like, do I want a holiday that much?
Yes, I do. I can't bear them being in the house, wrecking the place. I'm like, let's go somewhere else and they can ruin it.
Abs packing obsession is just like it starts kind of 4 weeks before the holiday, and it's like I've got to pack.
Amazing.
I'm like, it's 4 weeks away.
It just blows my mind that you guys can like be bothered to go on holiday, but you can't be bothered to get the bins in.
No, because that's Ab's department. Is
So true.
Ab's department is usually done. My department, that's where it all goes wrong.
Tell us how to make it easier, because we stress so much about the idea of holidays.
Okay,
and
so
stuff.
what are you worrying about when you go on?
I
Go on
think-
This
holiday,
really is the
baby?
therapy crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, come on,
Come
talk
on,
to
let's
me.
get down
Talk to
to
us.
it. We need
I
help.
think before it was the amount of stuff and like not having it. And then I realized we were going to Australia where everything's available. And having like ripped the band-aid and going to Australia instead of like even going to Portugal first.
Yes.
Now I feel like, screw it. We can go anywhere.
How was he on the flight? Because that's a long.
Yeah, it was, you don't know because you didn't do it there or you didn't do it back.
I absolutely smashed it.
Joel somehow gets away with stuff. Like the first time you went away to Australia, someone burgled us and smashed like windows and everything. By the time you got back, I'd sorted it all.
Yeah.
This time round,
Oh
when
my
you left,
God. This is mad.
a drink driver smashed into the wall and knocked down our whole front wall And I've had to deal with that, and it's fixed now. You've got back.
Absolutely
Every time
unbelievable.
Joel goes away, shit happens, and they're just miraculously fixed. The same with like the flight. I deal with the flight, so you're just like, oh my god, Australia was amazing. I'm like,
So easy.
you didn't do any of it.
It was mad. The first time we went away, when I was in Australia last time, so it was 2019 or something. And the burglary happened, was awful, and bless Hannah, she like dealt with it so well, and it was amazing.
Kick them in the face.
She kicked them in the face. It was amazing, and so it was. The police came and actually saw us on the camera. Hannah called the police. It was amazing. Hannah wasn't there, luckily, and then the police came into our house through the broken window, caught the guy in our house,
And they caught it. Right.
and when Hannah got back, the police were telling Hannah about what had happened. And because police never catch anyone, right?
They couldn't believe.
They were so excited.
Yeah.
And so they were telling the story to Hannah, like, and then we got him, and then we walked in through the window, and he was there, and we got the guy, and then you tell it, Bella, you tell it, Bella.
But
Wow.
the worst thing about it was that it was around Christmas time. So they'd gone in and there was all Christmas presents and stuff. So they'd just like taken stuff and like packed stuff up and all craziness. And then the forensics came around the next day and they went through the house and they were like, this pile here. And I was like, oh, no, sorry, that's me. This pile here. And I'm like, yes, no, sorry. And
They've ransacked the place.
Yeah.
Actually, we realised that the burglar had tidied up for us. We were like, okay, fair play. It was quite
That's
difficult.
hilarious.
You know what? When you say about like maybe, you know, you doing stuff and maybe you not get away with it. When we moved house, I reckon we've moved house 4 or 5 times. Oh my God.
About 10, Pete.
I've moved in.
Literally.
Because obviously when I was moving around football clubs,
Yeah.
I'd go and say, right, we now live here and go.
He'd go to do the medical, and then I'd have to find a house, and he'd be gone for a few days, and then
But then I'd be playing straight away. So I'd be
the whole
away.
house, so we'd be away and come back to a different house all set up.
I reckon 4 times I've just gone
It's
away
more
over
than that.
pre-season and then come back and the house is done. But like it was almost like you used to love doing it because she'd want to get it all right for when I come home, and like I'd come home and it would all the furniture would be in.
And is that like, because obviously your house is so beautiful now, and it's, you know, you're so good at the interior design stuff and all that.
thank you.
And is that like part of, because you've had so many times to get good at it almost, you know?
Well, no, because for like the first 10 years we rented because he was here, there, and everywhere. So we built this house. So this was like our house that we could do and do what we wanted to because we were like restricted in all the other places. So we just had to make the most of it at the time.
That's it. Like I get
was so
annoyed.
exciting.
I get annoyed at like Joel's mad job, but I wouldn't want it any other way because anything else would be boring. So as much as I'm like, oh God, just because of your job, blah, blah, blah. And then I do like to have the control over it. Like I do want to like pick the thing. So it's kind of this contradicting thing where it's like, yeah, you provide all the madness and every day is different, but I actually wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah. I think that was a compliment.
I think I said I love you.
Come on.
Yeah, that was as close as it gets, I think.
I reckon we really are on this happy crouch. It feels fantastic.
Right. But listen, you guys do a podcast, right?
Yes.
Never have I ever.
Yes.
Is that correct? How have you found that
Yeah, working together.
working together?
It's been great, actually. But now we're like parents, you know, he's like a year and a half old almost. Like we genuinely find it's like the only time we get to talk. Like the rest
That's
of
what
the
we
time,
said that, yeah.
it's so nice. And we sit down for that like hour and a half, whatever. And we sit and we did like, that's often what happens, you know, it's very similar to you guys where you just sort of air your grievances sometimes that you don't necessarily think about the fact that people are going to be listening to it. And you're just like, oh, you left these things on the stairs and you end up becoming like this thing. But it's just nice just to have a chat.
We definitely started it, well, a year before we had Wild. And we joked, you know, if we do something new every week and people were like, no, it's fine for you haven't got kids. You wait till you have kids. And I was like, oh my God, people need to chill out. Like, we're just doing a little like fun format here. And we were like, honestly, the stuff we were doing was like from everything from like trampoline parks. Like we were like the only adults in these like child establishments, but then we would like give blood and we would do all these like different things, and it was really fun because we came out of COVID going like, when we like come out of the pandemic, we're going to do this, and we didn't do any of it. So we said, let's give ourselves like a reason to do it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and
We might steal that for therapy, Craig.
Yeah, please do. Please
really
do.
fun. And then we said, when we run out of things, you know, we joke, we're like, we'll just get pregnant because we've never done that before. And then
You did?
We
literally
did.
did.
A year later, we
Yeah,
did get
literally a year
pregnant.
later.
And now we realised, we can't do something new every week because that's really hard.
Yeah, it's hard
Like
to
just the planning of
yeah.
it. So we squeeze in things when we can. And obviously, like having Wild, there is something new every week that like happens, or we find ourselves in interesting situations. But I'm really glad we've done it because it felt like a mad like speed dating year.
Yeah, with, like every week we were like, oh God, we haven't planned anything for the podcast. Let's go monster truck driving.
Yeah,
And you
it
just
was
Google
like-
it and do it. And it was like insane.
And
Every day was a stag do.
You're like quite spontaneous, and I'm always like the risk assessor and the cautious one. And like I would be more likely to say no to things, but you say yes to everything. Hence why you're on every TV show. But like, it's just the more you say yes to new things every week, the more it's just is like you say yes to a lot more things in life. I did realise that is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And that, I suppose that freedom of like when you haven't got kids. I know having kids,
having
we
one
love
kid
it.
is freedom. I'm
But
sorry.
no, but when you,
One child is the
I
ultimate
know,
freedom. Like
That's so
I am
true.
so jealous.
No.
Like we have booked. I think Pete spent like £1 million on cinema tickets that we haven't gone to because he'll set a book at like 8:00 on a Friday for the past 13 years, and we've never been because we've been so tired.
Yeah.
Cinema's expensive now.
I know.
What's happened, man? Like,
that's gone nuts.
it's gone insane. Where you're like, what? I went to a View fairly recently and I was just like, I've got a bit of time, I might go to the cinema. And then it's like 35 quid. And I'm
know.
like, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
absolutely
If
not
I
happening.
take the 4 kids and it's with me and the 4 kids, it's and a popcorn and a drink, it's like 200 quid.
It's
every man.
insane.
It's a joke, yeah.
That
If
is
you go
mental.
like, yeah.
That
And they're all,
Sure.
can we bring a friend? No, you fucking can't.
Yeah.
Not unless they're paying for themselves.
It's cheaper to go watch Phantom of the Opera. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's mental.
How was the early days for you? Like, how did you meet? I've read a little bit of how you met. But
So I was on The Jungle. So in 2016. And
Was that long ago?
I know, man. I feel so old.
that was a
No,
good
it's
year,
not
to be
old.
fair,
It was
It
wasn't
good.
doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
So I was in with Wayne, one of your friends.
Yeah,
Wayne.
exactly. Yeah.
with Wayne
Did you
Bridge.
love doing that as well, by the way? Just
I loved it
Yeah.
so much. And it's such a pleasure to be able to go back and host the extra show and witness other people enjoying that sort of fever that you have when you're in there. You just, it's just like the most insane, like we were just having a chat about before, but one or both of you, you need to do it. But I promise you.
Well, I couldn't do it because I can't wear no makeup, and Pete couldn't do it because he'd waste away.
Okay.
Like,
Abs makes a lot of the decisions for us, as
I'm
you can
like-
probably see.
No, I'm like, if you want to go on it, you need to plan. You need to put at least 3 stone on before you go in. But Pete's been trying
Couldn't
to
do
put
the not
1
eating.
pound on for the last 43 years.
You can get a pound on every couple of weeks.
It would be scary to see
Oh,
what
yeah,
would
yeah.
you would
That
look
would-
like at the end.
would be good.
But like you'd both be amazing on it. You'd both be
Yeah,
like,
no, I'd love to do it. It's a great show, isn't it? And
I'd
it's
like
good.
to do it, but just not on camera.
just go on a detox.
I feel like there's a
Yeah,
theme park
exactly.
somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Sure,
celeb
you
theme
could do it
park.
somewhere.
You can try it
Exactly.
out for a week.
And then so I did that, and then came out of the jungle, and you were in Miami doing a modelling thing.
I love to hear this. You go.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 sides to
This
this.
is my version.
Yeah.
And then
You begged him, obviously.
Yeah. Of course.
yes,
So-
and then you sent me a DM because
Yeah.
you saw me on This Morning or something.
You slide in.
You slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
And then we had a back and forth, and then now I've got a child.
Skipped a few steps there, I reckon.
No, it's the only DM I've ever slid into. Fact.
That's what she tells me.
No, it was because I was drunk. It was Christmas time. All my friends were in relationships. I just like everything you said so far is actually fact. To be fair, I was in another country, came home for Christmas, saw you drunk on Lorraine, and was like, "He looks like fun," and then slid into your DMs.
I haven't drunk since.
Did you say drunk on Lorraine?
Yes.
You were
Yeah.
drunk on Lorraine.
You know
Yeah.
that rap party at the end of the jungle that they do, and then they always pull you for press interviews, don't they?
yeah.
Right.
And so I just thought that was your personality, and I was like, well,
Couldn't
hey.
be further from the truth.
And then you've definitely not been that drunk since. And and then I kind of forgot I did it. And then our first date, you were so jet lagged.
yeah.
It was such hard work.
Yeah. She talked, I remember coming away from the date being like, I think I love this woman because she talks so much. And because I could just sat there like comatose, falling asleep. And like, I remember trying to, you know, in like, I'm not going to advise this on anyone, don't do this. You know, when like you're driving and you're really tired and this mad thought comes in your brain where you go, if I close one eye.
Just close your eyes.
I'm half sleeping and I'm half awake. And so, you do it for like 3 seconds. You're like, what am I doing? This is absolutely insane. Don't do this.
Yeah, but I thought he was doing this like sexy squint thing. You know, like I thought he was like trying to act cool. And actually, we like realised this. Like, if Joel wasn't actually jet lagged on our first date, I don't think I would have been into him because he would have been like too keen.
Was he really sexy with the eye?
It was dark and he was like, should we get another drink? Like, it was like, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, and then he was like going really rogue because it was, so we had mulled wine, we had Irish coffee.
That's the mad thing.
Red wine, but all on one night. So it was like really messy.
I haven't had an Irish coffee since.
Nor have I. We should do that.
We love them. We love them. We try and have most meals.
It's our favourite thing.
We love them. Yeah. She goes, well, Irish. I go, oh, yeah.
Have a little inch of an Irish coffee. Oh, come on, babe.
Oh, yes.
We should bring that as like a standard order.
Yeah, right. We should have it in the mornings. Why not? It's a coffee.
Yeah.
Well, we do at Christmas.
Yeah.
At Christmas, we'll have a little Bailey's coffee in the morning.
We should do an Irish coffee.
We should do that.
Let's do that.
No, so I thought he was way cooler than it might not have worked out if you weren't jet lagged.
Yeah.
It might have been a very different story. And then we dated for like 2 weeks.
Did he make you buy a drink on the first date?
I can't remember.
Can you say that's like it is normal? Like
it's not.
If someone offers to buy a drink,
I've never bought a drink in my entire life till I went out with you.
I was. I was
What I like about you guys is you're so relatable.
I was walking to the toilet, right? And she said, do you want a drink? And I just went on the way to the toilet, like, yeah, that'd be nice.
But bearing in mind, I was like 19 at the time. I was living with my mom. I had a job. I was on like 15 quid a week or whatever it was. And I said to me, Mum, can I have some money? I'm going to Kate's. And she said, no. Should I drop you off? I was like, well, I need money for a taxi. She said, no, you don't. I'll drop you off. And I was sneaking out with Pete. So I was like, oh, fuck off, Mum. Obviously, I didn't say fuck off, but I meant fuck off. So I had like £7 to go on this date with Pete. And then I said, oh, I'll get the next one. He went, oh, okay, I'll have a Guinness. And I was thinking, shit, how much is a Guinness? I've got £7 in my pocket. So I came back with a Guinness and a tap water.
Oh, bless you.
And I said, like, you stopped drinking.
Just a bit thirsty.
She was really thirsty.
Oh my God, that's so
sweet. Wouldn't give me any money. I was just couldn't believe it. But still, I shouldn't have to buy my own drinks.
No, well, listen, it wasn't as if I'm like,
good,
I'm not making you pay for the meal. You just literally...
You didn't have a meal? You took me to the pub opposite your house.
Oh my God.
Didn't even have a meal.
Oh my God.
He said, do you want to come back to mine? I can see my window there. I was like, no, take me home now.
Did you say that?
Did you say?
Yeah.
Did you say? No.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll give you 3 drinks and then back to my place. I was a bit like, hell no.
Oh my God.
Take me home now.
Wow.
But he did, thankfully.
I love that you literally point at the window and be like,
He did. It was an old man's pub. It was horrendous.
Do you know what, though? I felt like I didn't want to go like glitzy and glamour. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to do something like where you can actually speak.
On one of our like first dates, because we had 2 weeks together over Christmas and both of us were traveling in the new year. So it was great because in a way it just forced us to be honest because we kind of had an excuse to get out of it in Jan if it didn't work. Because we were like, oh, this long distance thing, like perfect sort of sign off. So those 2 weeks were like really fun of dating. But one of the dates after Christmas, Joel found this like little country hotel between like my parents' place and his parents' place because where we were spending Christmas. And so he'd booked this hotel and then he sent me the most awkward Joel Dommet text that was like, I've booked a hotel, but that doesn't mean you need to stay. But if you did, like, bring some clothes. But if you don't, that's actually fine too. And I was like, are you basically asking, like, for sex or not here? Like, what is going on? I was like, I am now so confused by this that I don't even think I want to have sex with you. But also I'm like, I don't really know how else it's going to happen. Yeah. And then I turned up and I was like, obviously just packed a little bag just in case because you're staying at a hotel. But I was like, what do you think? What do you think? This is like...
Because we booked because the hotel had a cinema room and Hannah hadn't watched Jurassic Park. And so I was like, we can watch Jurassic Park. And
Fucking
then
hell.
if you want to stay afterwards, then we can. but I didn't want to be like,
And you made
here's
out.
the date, let's have sex.
No, you made out that you hired the cinema room in the hotel, and actually it was just no one was staying there
Just
between.
We slept in the same bed
That was a
before
good move, I like that.
having sex, like multiple times. Because
I remember it well.
So happy about that.
That was great. Yeah, I
I'm a
loved
bit
it.
of a fridge.
That was really...
I'm a bit of a fridge. No, but it was like...
What the fuck? That's all.
Yeah.
Remember, if you're loving this content, please subscribe.
No, but when I was on, we just met before I went on Britain's Next Top Model, and the day before I was about to film, Pete said I had to stay in a hotel. So Pete was like, "Do you want to come and meet me and my friends?" And he ended up staying in the room with me, but obviously nothing happened, and I was so desperate to get him out in the morning because I was like, I need to get ready. I'm going on Britain's Next Top Model in 10 minutes. So we left. And then I was like, thank God, so I can get ready. And then there was a knock at the door and he just ran in and vomited everywhere and then left.
That wasn't my finest hour.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's great, isn't it? I just love hearing stories like that.
I do love those first few, like that whirlwind of, like, they do say it's the honeymoon year, don't they?
It is.
First year when you're like,
It's
you're all
great,
acting
isn't it?
so polite and you're all like, oh no, I don't mind. No, you go. No, you go. And I'm like, now, if you don't take the bins in.
But then there's that period of time where you're both trying to pretend that you don't shit. Do you know what I mean? Where you're both trying to bet like we cannot let each other know that we in any way defecate.
I remember that we would go to the cafes for like breakfast and stuff,
Yeah.
and then we'd like just have to go to the bathroom. I had such severe stomach ache one night because I just refused. And then we'd be like, oh no, why don't you stay another night? And I was like, I really can't.
Can't hold this poo in for another 3 days.
That's exactly it.
Wow.
All the things that you
We have
do.
people writing in with that girl last
Oh,
week.
there was a girl. Yeah. She had all her problems. Yeah. She said she couldn't do it, did she? She wouldn't do it.
Oh my
But
God.
just, she wouldn't do
She
it.
did. She ended up doing it at her mother-in-law's house.
The fair shit she's been holding in
flush
for
it.
weeks. And then she had to scoop it out.
Oh no.
Because
Wrap it up in
it didn't
tissue.
go down.
Stop it.
And then she
And then
had
she
this
left
poo in her
it
pocket.
upstairs
Stop
in
it.
someone's
a
shoes.
nightmare.
Stop it.
And then left.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
because left, and then I think it was 4 or 5 days later, came back and got it out the shoe and got it out.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't- Oh my
I
God.
know.
It's an unbelievable story.
I know.
Oh my God.
How do you find, like, you know, when you're talking on the podcast and you do it at home like we do, how do you find, like, some of the stuff? Because I keep forgetting, like, when people say to me about certain stories, I'm like, oh my God, how the hell do you know that?
I know.
And you think, we've just said that on the podcast to everyone, but because you're around people that you trust and like.
But when it's in a safe space in your house, it's just like you're on the couch having a chat.
Yeah.
But none of our friends listen to our podcast.
No,
Because they're like,
mine listens to it when she's cleaning the loo, she said, which I'm like, I don't know if that's like the biggest compliment or not, but thank you so much. But I've got friends like in New York and stuff, and it's like they don't bother to come and see us now because they just listen to the
Yeah.
You listen to
podcast.
that.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
right,
And I'm like, are you cheapskates?
yeah. But how do you find that? How do you find out kind of some of the stuff
sorry, our
you've
Ross
said?
is just brushing his hair over there. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
You always
is-
use my brush. That
Like-
really bothers me.
Mid-podcast, just brushing your hair is such a flex.
Tummy rolls.
It's an
Is that
unbelievable
because he's
flex.
trying to do the side part that Hannah told him to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying
Trying to see what it looked like.
He's trying to. Look.
You look like
Yeah.
Rick Mail there.
He does look like Rick Mail. Oh my God.
It's not quite Bradley Cooper, is it?
Oh, I can imagine you've been hit in the face with a saucepan.
I love that film.
Oh, Ross.
Yeah, is there anything like you've said and you've gone, oh, I wish I hadn't said that? Or like, you know, people come up to you in the street and going, oh, and I'm sure there's a lot of love for your podcast that, you know, we get it. It's
It's like that familiarity that I think.
Yeah, like people have come up to us at like weddings before and they've gone like, oh my God, so did you go for the blinds or the curtains? And I'm like, and they have this whole conversation and then your mum will be like, oh, how do you know them? And I'm like, we don't. But it's so lovely. I love that part of it. I just honestly forget what I say. And like, especially this week when we recorded, I was not on top form. I have this hormones and also I was not very well. And you absolutely.
And jet lag.
And jet lag. But also Joel is the absolute shittest nurse to ever exist if I'm
Same.
ill. So literally, I
Same.
No, I'm
use
pretty
it as a
sure.
vent. And it's great because then people also go, oh my God, my partner's like this too. And you sometimes think that I'm the mental one, but when like hundreds of people agree with me, it does feel amazing.
Well, basically, it was all fine until I wouldn't go to the high street to get her a Beecham's.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Well,
It's medication.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but there was
Like
a
a
Lensip.
Lucozade.
There was a Lensip in the house, and it's the same thing. I even looked up the ingredients. I was like, she's like, I don't want Lensip. I was like,
No, but it comes off the back of, I've said this before, that when I was pregnant, he didn't go and get, after I'd given birth, you didn't get me Anusol. He wouldn't go down to the pharmacy to get Anusol.
because
You didn't want to ask for anal.
Joel Dommet didn't want to say that he potentially had hemorrhoids.
But no, it doesn't matter. It's not.
That's amazing.
There's people of mine anal on me.
Did he really?
That's true love. Did you?
True love.
No, he offered, but I said no. My mum did it. My mum did it for me because I was so fat and I couldn't reach, and my mum had to do it.
See? I'm really glad you've heard that. You wouldn't even go down there. Then what was the other thing?
I would apply it. I'd rather apply it than go to the shop. And it's not about me being like, I'm too famous to get Anusol. If I was like John from the fucking from
Famous all?
No, but say
Famous
he
all.
may-
I wouldn't go to the shop anyway. But I'm telling it doesn't
So
matter.
he
My
offered-
voice has got very high pitched.
He offered to get it on Amazon Prime. So I had to wait a day to get it. It had to be a day after I'd given birth to your child.
Yeah, but you know that would like
He locked me in the room for 9 months when I was pregnant. Just open the door and slide food in and shut it
felt
and
like
lock me in.
the Exorcist room. You know where
Horrible.
they go.
That's why we nearly got divorced, wasn't it?
You open it. You know, like the Exorcist. You go, oh my fuck, what is? I'm not going in there. Slide the food under the table and run.
I just think it's really unfair. So I just say, like, I'm making a small notepad in my brain where, like, the things you haven't done for me in, like, times of crisis. And I'm like, it's not fair because when you're ill, I'm so good to you.
Yeah, I can't remember because I'm ill.
But having said that, though, if you did go down to the chemist and, there was a huge Masked Singer fan or, behind the counter, 1,000,000% they're going to tell that Joel
Dommett's
Dommet.
got piles.
Yeah, he's got piles.
No,
Yeah.
but it's
Riddled with
bad.
piles.
Yeah,
Because even, like,
that's going to be their story forever.
we've been going down to the GP to, like, get Wild's jabs and things. And now, like, it kind of works in our favour because they figured out that you're Wild's dad. So I can get a good, like, appointment time if I want it. But they do say when I get to reception, take it off. And I'm like, if Joel's ever got a rash, we're
Amazing.
screwed.
Yeah.
We're screwed. Take it off.
Take it off. You guys were like, honestly, it was so nice to Pete when you were on Masked
I
Dancer.
loved it, I loved it.
It was so lovely,
Like,
and Abby came
but,
along
yeah, it's good.
with the family, and you were just so good at it.
No, I
and it
appreciate
was it was so brilliant. It was such an
It's a great show.
What a show, man! But it's like so lovely to have a moment where you were like, you once did a celebration, and now you are a judge on a dance show.
the Masked Dancer.
That's
yeah,
mental.
yeah.
I was like, I want fucking Strictly. Why is he doing
Yeah,
that?
it's true.
The other thing as well, I had to break the news to, we're friends with Kimberly Wyatt, Max, right? So she's the greatest dancer on planet Earth, right? And she said to me, apart from you, you're more ballroom.
Yeah.
It's a different genre.
It's a different vibe. But yeah, and like I had to say, sorry, I'm going to be a judge on the Masked Dancer.
That's so
But
funny.
the funny thing is, it's like, obviously, Pete retired when our kids were, of the age to understand football or whatever. And what were they like in the soft play? They were like, do you watch The Masked Singer? Like, my dad's a judge on that, Like, they
so
think he's
sweet.
famous for being a judge on that, and that's it.
I love that.
sweet.
I
They
love
it,
that.
the kids, don't they?
No, they loved it. Yeah, but that, take it off. They come on, they were singing that for weeks. And the kid, everyone loves it, don't
Do you
they?
do singer and dancer?
Yes.
What
yeah,
do you
yeah.
prefer?
Singers better. No offense, Pete.
yeah,
but
no worries.
it's
Loads to take it.
you're fantastic. But it's it's an easier thing to do because Masked Dancer was like amazing, but it didn't really make sense.
You can't
Do you know
really
what I mean?
kind of...
You can't see their body.
You
Yeah,
can't hear
it's
their voice.
quite hard.
And anyone can dance anyway, can't they?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, unless you're like Michael Jackson. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
you got to judge them by the way they're dancing.
the
It's
moves.
it's hard.
Difficult format.
It's a difficult format, but
But
it
some
was
people
great.
are better dancers than others.
Yeah, it was nice because it got
There still
something.
can be a competition element there.
But singers, man, the new series that's about to happen. There's a Christmas special on Boxing Day. That Christmas special is my favorite episode that we've ever done.
Really?
It's like unbelievable. It's so stupid, and there's an amazing twist. There's two really fun twists that was really great. But it's just I just love it. It's so ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely
stupid.
Bonkers,
I think when I came to the studio to watch it, you had like a suit on with maybe like planets on it.
Yeah.
And it was like an unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it. The two planets collided.
Yeah. There was two planets that the tailor hadn't thought about the fact that these galaxies absolutely look like testicles.
Yeah.
Blue ones. As
Blue
well.
ones as well. Didn't help. There was a suit this series.
Why do I remember that?
Well.
Funny, isn't it?
Joel's balls are memorable.
They're memorable. This series, we do. This is what I love about it, is that any idea I come up with, they're just like, yeah, it's fine. It's like ridiculous. And we had a holiday episode. So it's like a themed episode, and the theme is holidays. And so I said to them, I was like, oh, well, why don't we like do a suit with shorts? That'd be funny. And they were like, yeah, that's nice. And then I said, well, tell you what, why don't we make the shorts get shorter every single break?
No way.
And so it's well funny. So they start off like just above the knee. The next break, they go up mid-thigh. And then the last break, they're tiny hot pants. And it's so funny. Yeah. And I can't really give much away, but the reveal that happens on that day is unbelievable. And you're in front of this person in hot pants. And you're like,
my God.
oh, this is... And then what unfolds is one of my favorite... It's so frustrating because I can't say what's happening.
No.
But it's my favorite thing that's ever happened in telly.
Wow.
That's big.
I don't really know how much they're going to show in the edit, but it's unbelievable.
Wow.
I'll tell you, after this podcast is finished, I'm going to tell you. And I'm so excited.
Oh, amazing.
And I'm going to name names. I'm going to give you everything. All the hot goss.
Yeah.
I need hot goss.
Lovely, lovely.
Can you pass me my water?
I love that. I love the ability to be able to go, mm-mm, and then immediately Pete takes your water. That's a vibe.
That's the kind of power she's got in
Like
this
you need
house.
to go on like husband training courses.
Yes.
The kind of power.
He's
Yeah.
not, don't think he's well trained.
I am well
He doesn't do anything he's told.
Joel doesn't
Ever.
do that. When I go, he's like, you
He's
are.
only
You're the
showing off
boss.
in front of you
No,
two.
you're the boss. She's the boss in the house.
Yes.
Off.
You are the boss.
No,
you're saying
I'm
you're not the
I
boss.
wish I was.
Ross, who's the boss? Yeah, a million
That's not
percent.
true.
Jay, who's the boss? Yeah.
Do you not want to be the boss?
Traitors.
Yeah, who wants to be?
Do you want to not?
No,
Yeah.
but but it's not like
people think
everyone
Yeah, I
hates
just don't
me.
want people saying that.
Everyone hates
I just
me
want
as
Pete to
I'm
do
the
everything I say.
I wanna be the
and then
secret
not, and
boss.
not be, but not know about it. I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Please do.
Now Abby's messed around my page.
You're very prepared.
Who's the better cook?
Hannah, you'd say you're the better cook.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's decided. Yeah.
Have you got a signature
Are you a
dish?
good cook?
No, I just follow recipe cards. All right, you just make too much of a mess that it stresses me out. I think you're probably more creative than me, but like you would eat steak and sweet potato every single day for the rest of your life and be absolutely fine with that.
Yeah, I love a root. I am so boring as a human being. Hannah literally calls me the party pooper because I will go to a party and absolutely ruin it. Like I know this about myself. Like you know, certain people they go. Wayne Bridge is one of them. If he's in a party, the party is a party, man.
Yeah.
It's having a great time. I feel like you're one of those
The
people,
legend.
Pete.
Pete is, yeah.
And like you're
So
one of
am
those
I.
people. You're so fun to be around. And it's great. I suck the energy out of parties.
Really? How'd
Because
you
I'm
manage
I
that?
don't believe
Hey,
that.
I go
believe
in a
that.
corner and I stand up like talking about like how I can't wait to train for this marathon.
Joel overthinks things, so like you can drink, and I've like actually like forced you to drink to the point where I need to like stop it because I'm just like you can just take it, can't you? You can just drink and drink and drink, but then you just go like you're just worried that you're going to say something stupid or
I
do
just get
something
paranoid.
stupid. But drunk Joel is like my favourite Joel.
I just don't let myself I don't like relax. This is a perfect example, Pete. We bumped into you at that concert thing.
Mm-hmm.
See?
What concert thing?
That shows how much of a party pooper I am. I called it a concert, right? We went to that
that
Kings of
it?
Leon, yeah,
Yeah.
and we went to
Oh,
Kings of
God.
Leon, and bumped into you. We had a lovely conversation, whatever. I'll text you. Mate,
I can't remember.
Mate, I need to read out what I text you because it's probably really embarrassing.
I can't even remember.
Mate, this is.
I was
I
absolutely
think this is literally the last time I text you as well.
Destroyed.
This is embarrassing, man. Because
I'll see if I can find it first as well.
here we go.
You got it?
All right, I'll edit the first bit of it. I'll edit the first bit.
Oh no.
Hey Pete, how's it going? Good to see you. Sorry, I had zero chat. Since having a
like
baby,
dating.
I have genuinely lost the ability to have a conversation. Sex on fire was fun though.
So
Look how much I'm panicking. I'm texting you the next day after having like a 5-minute conversation. Going,
Please tell me I text you back.
you text me back and you laughed
Oh,
about the thing we talked about.
okay.
But I panic and then I'm like, I've got to text them and tell them I'm the most boring person alive.
Oh no, yeah, but see, if you hadn't texted me, I would have gone like, "Oh, great to see Joel last night." Like, that was
I've got
totally fine.
zero recollection of it. I was pissed.
I think as a comedian, I think people expect you to be like the life
Yeah.
soul and
Yeah.
on all the time. And I think that's quite
That's
a lot
hard.
of pressure.
Yeah.
So I think I always say to you, the less you think about things, the better.
Yeah, I know, but this has all become about me, guys. But
But
You don't need to worry. You're cool.
Don't worry.
Stop it, Abby. We need to hang out more often.
Just don't panic. I'm normally making texts because I'm making a complete twat of
No,
myself.
we had a saying on this podcast, right? It's the coolest thing in the world to not care about being the coolest.
It's just to not be
Yeah.
cool because
Yeah.
we're not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're totally fine with it.
Yeah.
We're fine.
100%.
We're fine with it.
The coolest uncool people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. Okay, who's more likely to start an argument?
This is the fun thing. Oh, sorry, we're making these quickfire questions extremely long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally fun.
I remember a moment in our relationship where Hannah tried to sort of have an argument with me, and then I immediately just I'm not having an argument with her.
Yeah.
Like, so she was just like, it was about bed sheets because I just bought some bed sheets online because I thought, oh, they're
How
nice
dare
bed
you?
sheets.
Off an
Yes.
Instagram advert.
How dare you buy sheets without permission?
That's
Thank you
it.
so much. Literally, we moved into the house. Every decision I said, this one or this one, this one, this one. He roguely buys these porn style silk dark grey
sound
Instagram
great. I
advert.
like
you know,
them.
when it's like 75% off, but the best sleep you'll ever have.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was like, I panicked and I knew I wouldn't find the ad again, so I just bought them. And I was like, you've done what? Like, I've got a whole like mood board, like neutrals, chill, calm, and you buy these honestly porn star sheets that would show up any single stain to ever exist. Disgusting.
I just thought
And
they were nice bed sheets. I didn't think about it. I just bought some
but
goddamn bed sheets.
That was our first big argument as a couple. But like it's only because you learn your argument style from like previous relationships and what you got away with then. And then so I sort of went with that like same style and it didn't like hit with you so well. You were just like laughing at me. And then I cried for like more effect and you just carried on laughing. And then ever since then we don't argue anymore. I don't get like a rise
just
out of
don't.
him.
Yeah, don't.
Don't engage,
get
man.
into it. Yeah, it's good.
Good
We
luck.
don't
doing it.
often argue though.
We don't have loads of arguments, no.
No.
We'll disagree, but we also
Yeah.
bring up both very valid points. That's the annoying thing. And then we sort of have like silence for maybe half an hour and then like maybe you'll come in and say sorry.
Okay.
Pete, sorry, is bringing me a cup of tea with a little rich tea. Or he'll take the bins out without me asking him. That's his
Sometimes I
sorry.
bring them in as well. That's when I'm in real big trouble.
He doesn't like to come say if I'm in the wrong, I'll come in and be like, look, I'm sorry about that. He
Yeah.
will never say sorry.
Oh,
Really?
Act of love. Like act
Yeah,
of
I think
service.
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Silent cup of tea.
I don't. We won't get into it, but I don't feel like I'm in the wrong a lot of the time. I feel like I just
your
need
mouth.
to. We need to move on, but I'm not saying sorry. Okay, what's your go-to takeaway order?
I think it's a Wagamama's, isn't it?
It's a wagon. Yeah.
Till someone
Who spends more time on their phone?
You'd probably say me, yeah.
You, because you call it work. Which
I know.
get,
I'm trying to be
Abby does
better at it.
that. Abby does that.
I'm really trying to be better at it.
everything is on the phone and that's fine. But like also, I guess I'm on my phone in bed more, which I don't like, but it's because I like remember to do stuff at night and I'm like quickly need to
Ab to that.
order
That's what Ab
stuff.
does,
and then he
yeah.
thinks I'm scrolling, but I'm actually not. I'm like getting shit done for the next day.
Same.
And then I'll wake up in the middle of the night And I like the idea of having like this notepad and pen next to the bed, but it's quicker
realistic.
for me to just get it done.
Yeah.
There and then.
That's
But
crazy.
in the day, I'd say you're more on your phone.
Yeah, I just wish I was better. Like, I want to be one of those people that meditates and doesn't spend any time on their phone. Journals. I want to be one of those guys.
You said that to me yesterday. You was like, in the new year, can you get me like a journal that every day I can write my thoughts? I was like, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. I do not want to be married to a journaler. Like, absolutely.
A journaler.
Not. Like, what are you going to do? Today, I'm so grateful for being Joel Dommet. Peace and love. Like, stop. It's going to last 5 days.
I think it's known as a
My dad does
journalist.
that.
Yeah, your dad does
My
it.
dad's-
And
my
you know
dad's
what is amazing about your dad as well is his dates, isn't it? Like, because he writes all the dates of
He
stuff.
writes what he does every
And he
single day
looks
in
back at
his
it.
diaries from like the 80s.
That's
He's
the
done it.
mad thing,
Every
right?
day.
Yeah.
That's
day.
what I want to be.
How much do they write? Like, how much? Like a full page?
No, like a little
A
paragraph.
little line.
Not like a deep, I'm grateful, not a gratitude
No,
journal.
just I did this.
journal.
Right.
Just, I went here today, did
And
that,
his
saw
dates
him.
are amazing. He'll go like
God.
1985. Usually it's around football. He'll go like 19 whatever, and then he'll go, Liverpool played the semi-final against Manchester United that day, and like it'll just be in his head.
That's so is your dad like unbelievably like must have been so proud that you married a Liverpool footballer?
No.
Or is
He was
it
furious.
Really?
When I told- He was like, all my mates in the pub are going to think you're a right slag going out on football. I was like, but then it lasted, so he's fine with it.
he's fine
But
with it?
he
No, he
prefers
prefers
Pete
me.
to
Yeah, he prefers me.
Oh,
not.
really?
Yeah, Pete's like the golden child, can't do a thing wrong. And he's like, you should greet him when he comes home with a ribbon in your hair with a laminated menu. This is the kind of shit my dad's
For Wagamama's menu.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. No, my dad is
that's so
he's
cool.
not very
that.
PC.
Okay, I'm going to do one more because we've got to help people here.
Okay.
What's one word to describe your partner's driving?
Ooh.
I've got. Oh no! I see him making it very long form. Genuinely,
That's fine.
one of the things that I find attractive about Hannah is that she's not a shit driver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, like I remember getting in the car first, and I was like, I'm not saying she's the best in the world at it. No, I'm making this worse now for myself. But I remember just being like, this is great. And
A chauffeur.
yeah. And she had her last car that was just like her dream car was a Jeep Wrangler.
Oh,
right?
love them.
And then she got these massive wheels for it because it said Cooper on it and Cooper's a surname. And so she got these insanely big wheels, right? Still would not go up a curb to like park or anything. Wouldn't and I would drive it and I'd go up a curb. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, these wheels can drive up mountains.
Yeah.
You need to fucking relax.
No, but I don't want to become a bad driver. I don't want to be a lazy driver because if then I drive another car, then I'll just start going up curbs.
Oh, my
and I just
wheels
want to
are a
like
mess.
stay
Yeah.
like. Do you know what I mean? I'd say with you, one word to describe your driving would be like late,
Ooh.
as in like he'll brake so late or he'll change lane so late.
Just
And
keeping
it,
everyone
like-
on toes, you know?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I just want everyone to feel as close to death as possible.
Wonderful.
I hate that noise when you scrape your wheel. It's not the
Oh
way.
my
Oh
god!
my God.
I just
Yeah, that
see
is-
money signs. I'm like,
Mine
hate
are
it.
destroyed. Don't look at them on your way
But you
out.
might as well just like commit to it now, and then
Some man put me under pressure the other day. I was trying to reverse,
hate it.
and I knew I should have took my time, and I did it, and it just went.
I tried to bring a cactus home in my car.
Oh my God.
Like
don't.
Big one.
A massive cactus, and I don't know why. And it was honestly one of the most memorable days, wasn't it? I was like, no, I don't need home delivery. I don't know why I thought it, and I shoved it. Well, actually, the guy put it in a bit of cardboard and shoved it on my front seat, and it just went the whole leather, like sliced through it like a guillotine. And I was like,
Oh no!
and everything can be fixed. That is like what I have learned. Like since having Wild as well, like you have so many little things that get damaged and like ruined, and I'm like, oh my God, and I'm like stressed about it, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
especially with Instagram now, you can find people.
I know.
Like people can do anything.
They're out
I
there.
know. It's true.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that was my little like.
Yeah, you had a
disaster.
full breakdown on the cactus gate. Because you just had Wild, and then it was all fine. Like you were dealing with it all really well. I was like, oh my God, this is great. Hannah's
My
dealing with
first
this so
trip out
brilliant.
Alone was to the garden centre, and I
And-
was like, I'm going to treat myself to a cactus.
And
What
I
does
love
that
a
say
garden
about my
centre,
life?
It was kind of going. It was really mad. So like Hannah was. It was like genuinely. I think it was the first time you'd been out without Wild, and so she went to the garden centre because she panicked.
I was just like, I just need to go anywhere, but anywhere that's not too far in case anything happens with the child.
Yeah, and she was then just sending me loads of photos of cactuses. I was like, you need to relax. And then like.
No, I was trying to say you're a prick.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then she like gets this. I cannot tell you how big this fucking cactus is. It's absolutely massive. It's so heavy,
unchild friendly.
Yeah, you've just got a baby, and you've got essentially a weapon.
No, but I think I was like, still, I'm the old me. It's fine. Nothing's changed.
Nice.
And then you try, and again, it was like a man trying to help you. Go like, we can get delivery. It's like £3.50, and you're like, I can do it myself. I'm an independent woman. Like throwing it in the front seat of your Porsche Macan. And then like scratch the goddamn seat everywhere, and you get back and then you're just crying. You're like, I scratched my seat and I don't think I like the cactus.
I was just like, I don't even know why I've got a cactus. Like, we've got a small child. Like, what am I doing? Why did I even go to the garden centre? I didn't need anything. I just want to get out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a mother now. Can I even go out anymore? Like, it was just this whole...
Wow.
I used to go to the M&S cafe.
I did at the moment.
Yeah, just have a little cheese toasty.
Yeah. You just do
Cup of
anything
tea.
to get out.
I know, just to breathe and sit with all like the pensioners.
Yeah.
Which I quite like.
It's calming.
Calming.
It's calming.
It's calming.
They do.
Right, we do a thing on the... We do a
Basically,
thing on
yes, she's the better driver.
right.
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Right, we're going to do some agony abs, right? This is where we help people. Well, we don't really. We sometimes try to on some occasions.
I think we're pretty helpful.
Do you think?
I think you're very helpful.
Yeah. I wouldn't. What I'm trying to do is a bit of a disclaimer, like don't take this too seriously. I want to get your opinion on how to help improve my partner's taste in films. I absolutely adore everything else about them. However, when it comes to a little date night on the couch with a bottle of vino,
Jolie took it to bloody Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Although it's a great film.
Yeah, thank you.
That's actually a great film.
It's a great film. And then
child.
when I went to propose, it was our year anniversary, and I was like, I'm gonna propose and do all this stuff, and I set out loads of candles, and then I put on like a classical like soundtrack, and I bought a candelabra, weirdly, 40 quid from John Lewis. It was a bit of it was expensive.
Yeah, you've gone all in.
Gone all in, man. Had a tuxedo on, as I thought, why not? And then she comes home. I opened the door with the candelabra with the tuxedo on. And then
A horror show, honestly.
yeah,
Samuel Pepys.
Who's Samuel Pepys? Who is that?
Who is that? Yeah, it's the guy with the candle. Isn't it?
yeah. And then I look like the person who welcomes you at like a haunted house attraction, one of those people. And then just before she got home, the classical soundtrack was really bumming me out, so I changed it to a film classical soundtrack because I thought that would be slightly more chill vibe. And she comes in, sees all the candles. I get down on one knee, and as I say, "Will you marry me?" The Jurassic Park theme tune comes on. Completely.
Wow.
That's nice, that though.
And
I don't want dinosaurs to be our thing. Like, it's not like that's not like, it's not chic.
Dinosaurs.
But basically, I don't know any films, and you are like, you can quote films like and remember lines, and we just have very different film styles.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't know if we're like the right people to ask about it.
So you've got yeah. Well, I mean,
We're quite in tune with films, aren't we?
yeah. She says basically, when it comes to date night, we have a bottle of wine. It all looks lovely, but then we put our suggestions in, and here's a shite. Foreign language films with subtitles, thought-provoking documentaries, or biopics on Renaissance artists.
That sounds good.
Just some of the suggestions I've come to expect on my wild Friday nights in. Not only are these boring as fuck,
I like the
and
sound of that.
frequently cause arguments or result in me going to bed early. It's just a bit pretentious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially when I've seen him especially when I've seen him come in so drunk on a Saturday night that he pisses in the wardrobe.
oh my god.
He's hardly screaming high culture. How can I get him to understand he isn't impressing anyone, only depressing me, and that he should just join me, basic bitch dark side, and bang on about how to lose a guy in 7 days with a screw top bottle of wine?
I would say, and I don't know if you've clocked onto it yet, But like the times that we have watched like more rom-coms, I think equals the times we have sex. I think like if you put that maths equation into the picture, like that might be a good way.
So, Love Actually,
like,
once a year.
Yeah, nicely done.
See,
And that's how Wild was made.
No, I know what you mean, though. I do know what you mean.
I think like
Yeah.
watching something more romantic, even if it is like How to Lose a Guy, like it's just like love, and then
Yeah.
you're like, I'm like, oh my god, Joel's like that, and like, oh my god, it's actually like really great that I found a guy from the rom-coms, you know, and like, aren't we
Because
so lucky? And then like sex happens.
no one's like watching like a murder documentary and then having sex.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you do,
Yeah.
you're weird.
No, but see, my issue with that is that I totally get where you're coming from, but I think if we do that, I reckon you would go, you'd get angry. You're like, why do you never do that for me? Why?
I do
Look
that.
how romantic he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not like that. And then look at me daggers and we'll go to
So when we went to the cinema and we went talking, and the couple in it hated each other, and every time they said something, I was just like. And then every time he said something, he'd like, that's you to me.
The worst one was we were on a plane once, and we were actually really, really happy on this plane for 5 hours. We was really. She kept coming over and kissing me every now and then, and going back to the seat. It was brilliant. And then she watched this film, and then but bearing in mind nothing's changed.
Or something.
Bearing in mind nothing's changed for me. Nothing's changed. I thought we were having a lovely flight. I turned around and she went, nah. She was looking at me going like,
Oh my God.
like you are disgusting, horrible.
I didn't say that at all.
You did. You completely changed. And I was going.
Because I once.
And then I found out later it was because he was so lovely in the film, and
He was just unbelievable. That the Spanish guy who I love. What's his name?
Javier Bardem.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Javier Bardem, is that the guy?
yeah. Is that Penelope Cruz's husband?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I don't fancy him, but in this film, he was just phenomenal.
But then
He's
when
so
you say to me,
emotionally intelligent.
Why don't you watch this
Oh,
and just
fire
like
that verse.
understand
They're
like,
both-
this speaks to me, like
Yeah.
this is my love language, be more Javier.
Be more
Javier,
Javier.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. I think I reached over her, like, and this is where it all kicked off. I think I reached over to get a bag, and I think I went like
No.
that, and I think it knocked her on the knee a little bit,
Yeah.
No,
and it was like
didn't.
rather than carrying her up and lifting her
No,
on,
that didn't
on
happen.
I'd watch a
He
bed
picked
of
my bag.
flowers.
He just doesn't. I've got no care for my things. He just picked the bag up. The whole bag tipped upside down. My whole makeup bag with everything fell
That's
out.
so
Everything
annoying.
fell out, and he just didn't even care. And then just got his earpod or whatever he wanted, and then just left it.
True. That
And
is
you're picking up the stuff off the floor like, Javier wouldn't do this.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it, exactly. But it wasn't that 100%.
It
But then
was.
also, you can imagine if it was the other way around and we got annoyed at you because you're not Salma Hayek. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's so
It's
true.
like, that's not
such a good point.
Joel?
You're both really lovely, beautiful
Pipe
people.
down. Pipe
And,
down.
I mean, what I mean is,
No, Joel,
we're really
you've
lucky.
got
I'm really
no
sorry.
idea what you mean.
I'm really sorry. Thanks
Be more Javier.
Do you know when we do this edit? Can we just cut him off and just have Hannah on
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Unbelievable.
You're on thin ice, young man.
I've actually never thought about that scenario.
Well,
Maybe I should.
Exactly. Right, so I'm going to move on. Every year I tell myself this is the year I sort my life out. Lose a stone, stop ordering Deliveroo every other night, save money, maybe even learn Spanish. And every year I make it to January the 10th.
Ooh, my
before
birthday.
I'm halfway through a pizza, scrolling ASOS and convincing myself Duolingo's judging me. How do I stop being such a resolution flake? Or should I just embrace my chaos?
I think
Bit of
it's
both.
hard. It's so much pressure at the beginning. I think to do anything for a year is like so overwhelming. I think if you broke it down
Yeah.
and did it like even just like today I'm going to try and do this. And don't they say 21 days is like the habit? You do something for 21 days in a row, then it's like becomes normal. But I just think if you start every month with like a good intention and even try, I just think a year is like really hard to keep
Yeah, it's
anything up.
unattainable. I think day by day.
Day by
Yeah.
day.
Definitely set small task. Celebrate the small wins.
Get a journal.
That's
Yeah, get a
it,
bloody
man.
journal.
Get a journal.
Today I didn't order Deliveroo.
Yeah. Go me.
Go me.
Yeah. Little small wins.
Small wins.
Not
Take it
overwhelming.
slow. Take it slow day by day. Yeah. Okay, last one. My soon-to-be husband and I recently got engaged and set our wedding date for next year. We both love the pod and listen every week, and I agreed I could do with some advice from you all about my recent bridesmaid drama. I'm very lucky to have a great circle of girls around me that I've been friends with since high school. They are my best friends. I speak to them every day and were my instant choices to be bridesmaids. I have asked my 3 closest friends and they're all really excited. My problem comes with some of my other friends. I see some other girls I went to uni with a few times a year. One got married last year and I was a bridesmaid for her. The other has recently got engaged and has also asked me to be a bridesmaid. She's getting married next year too. Am I being a complete bitch, not returning the bridesmaid's invite? I think 3 bridesmaids is enough, and my partner agrees. He's not having any many groomsmen, so we feel 3 is a good number. But I can't help but feel guilty. Any advice? P.S. A weekly shine to my soon-to-be husband. We've been together since we met in 6th form. He is truly love of my life, and I can't wait to marry him.
Oh,
That's so nice.
Yeah. Please keep me anonymous, just in case these girls are listening.
what was they gonna know? That's hard, isn't it?
We had 28 people at our wedding. So we had 7
Well, that's
mates
great.
each, no partners, and then like immediate family. So that's how we were able to keep it down. But it's only because we'd known each other for a year. So we didn't have like our couple friends yet. So that's how we kept it easy. But if I had all 7 girls as my bridesmaid, literally like no one would be in the sort of, I call it audience.
Yeah.
No one would be in the audience.
The
So
audience.
I just was like, I'm not going to have any, which I think some of the girls were a bit like shocked about. And then actually when it came to the day, I was like, I realised there are loads of little tasks to do. And like, and then I didn't want anyone to feel like that they were the dedicated person. So I think that didn't work in my favour. But I saw this like trick that you put loads of different jobs on like lollipop sticks in a glass. And then so instead of like, if she's got lots of friends, but she doesn't want to be so defining of like who's a bridesmaid and who isn't, you can just delegate jobs for people that day. I don't know.
You're not a bridesmaid, but you can do it.
But it makes everyone feel like they're
role.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Are you not just keeping the cost down there?
That's it.
Amar?
You don't have to buy them a dress either. But
You're
like,
not a bridesmaid, but you're doing the washing up. Congratulations.
You'll be serving the dinner.
I don't know. I'm trying to find a way of like it not making it awkward. You know what I mean? Like some way that you can help me without needing to like be so involved. But I do think it is tricky, and I'm like, I feel fortunate in a way that I'm kind of, I don't take things like that too personally, but I really know that it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Did you have bridesmaids?
I had 6 when we got married. But I think, you know, there's a lot of like politics within a wedding. And if I did it again, I probably wouldn't have any, or I'd have my sister. And that's it.
Keep it easy.
Just keep it
simple.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Card.
Yeah.
Wow, we're already married, you know.
I know.
I don't have to think about the second wedding.
But then we renewed our
second one,
vows,
sorry, yeah.
and we just
That's coming.
we had like 20 people there, and it was just like our closest friends
nice.
and family, and all our kids, and it was
That's
incredible.
So nice.
But I think it is
That was
hard.
lovely, yeah.
But I was a maid of honour for my best friend from school, Holly. I didn't do any of the jobs. She just gave them to someone else because she just knew I'd be shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Laura is incredible. So she just sorted everything out.
Yeah, you've got to have that friend that just sorts things.
But also it's like, it's a really sort of expensive problem to have.
I know.
As well, because it's like it does get out of hand these days. I think weddings get bigger and bigger, and like there are like, you know, people have like 10 plus bridesmaids, and it's like you can't always return that favour. So you might just have to have like the awkward conversation. You're still going to be mates.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just got a heightened sense of self on their wedding day, and like everything revolves around, you know, what colour the napkins are and what colour the seat covers are, and
Such
like,
a waste of money. I
It's
think.
mad, isn't it?
mad.
It's
I think people focus so much on the details, but they don't focus on vibe.
Yeah.
And it's all about vibe, man. And
Yeah.
certainly is.
I know that because I kill vibes all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a vibe killer.
Yeah, but a pissed off friend at a wedding is not a vibe.
And that's exactly true.
So
Yeah, that's definitely
you
right.
do
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
have to think about that too.
I think she should just think it's her day. You do you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if everyone if they're your real friends, they will support you and accept your decisions.
Totally.
I think that's it. People get so annoyed at like people get so caught up in weddings when they're like, oh, I've got to invite the second cousins because my dad said so. And you're like, just don't, your dad's not want to get married. Just relax, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
Right.
Just invite them.
I think that's a nice thing that you kept it like small.
Yeah, we kept it small.
We got married abroad and then we said, oh, we're going to do a big London party when we get back. So that really helped like people that got offended by not being invited. And then the pandemic hit, so we never did the London party.
I got away with that as well.
So we kind of got away with it. But we realised we would just be trying to like make
Please
a
everyone
second
else.
wedding day and it wasn't actually for us. So it worked out quite well. But maybe on our 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it for 10 years.
Yeah,
10
we
years.
did.
It was really nice. It was really
I prefer
casual.
that to my actual wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
I feel like with,
just so
especially with children, I think like we were saying,
It was nice.
like 10 years, I think, then we'd do a
And you get another
one,
ring.
and then you get.
Yeah? No?
I don't know. Did you not?
Fucking no.
You didn't get another ring on your wedding day?
No, I didn't get anything.
Wasn't a wedding day, was it?
It is a wedding day.
And he also changed the date because
must
it
have
was the
got you
same
something,
day as the
didn't I?
Champions League
Did I-
final.
What?
So he changed it to the day after. 'Cause he was
Wow.
like,
That was for the guests. That wasn't for me.
Oh,
There's lots of lads that they wanted to watch the match. It was Liverpool in the
considerate.
final as well.
Oh,
You know, no one had been there.
was that the Champions League final that was like the epic one? The
Yeah, no,
Istanbul.
it was Real Madrid, wasn't it? I think.
no, it was just last year. It was 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
It was the one they lost, I think.
I love the idea of you putting on a ring at your 10-year anniversary and it's
We
the
didn't
Champions
do the
League
whole ring
music.
thing. We
Did
should.
you not?
No,
What
we
did
just
you
did like
do?
vows to each other.
That's so cute.
It was
Like,
nice.
did you get a ring?
It was nice. Yeah, no,
It's not very.
did
I
I
haven't
not?
got my ring
Are
on.
you sure I didn't get you something?
No.
Must have done.
I swear on my life you didn't.
Yeah, it was a trip to the Maldives.
That has got a good ring to it,
All,
to be fair.
all expenses paid.
Yeah.
I just realised why I'm so hot. There's a light behind us and a sofa.
Oh my
Is that-
God.
is
There's
that
an
hot
entire
behind you?
fucking. What's that doing there?
Is that supposed to?
I was like, God, this sofa's hot. Turns out I'm
it hot?
leaning on a fucking radiator.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Listen,
I'm hot as well.
let's get you out of here.
That's providing zero light.
Joel, Hannah, it's been a pleasure having you on. I really, really enjoyed it.
Thank you for
It's so
having me.
lovely.
Great.
Thank you
Good
for
luck
having
with
us. Your
everything.
lovely
Obviously,
house.
Good luck with the
You're-
baby and,
Yeah.
good luck with, work. And
We need.
being
We like. I feel like you guys are just. You're like. You have like 4 children. You know how to do it. You've done it really well, and you're lovely people. And so we're going to call you for advice a lot more.
Yeah.
And
We can
and
learn from you guys.
We'll hang out more, and then I'll text you afterwards saying
We
I'm
only
so
round
sorry
the
for
corner.
killing the vibe.
I'll actually get Pete to get me anusol next time.
He will gladly get it.
no problem. Right, cheers, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys. Woo!